As if Zach does not already have more than enough drama to sort through, get straight so that he can get himself to the real good life. Is he going back to jail? What's good, y'all? It's your good sis Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Sistas video. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button and turn on your bell notification if you love having Sistas conversation and exploring what's happening with the characters and potentials for what can happen in the future. If you're not new here, welcome back, boo. I appreciate you, and you already know how we do. So without further ado, let's talk about Zachary Taylor and if his ass is going back to the clinker, okay? We are almost there, and while the WGA has come to a monumental, phenomenal deal with the AMPTP, effectively ending the WGA side of the current Hollywood strike, SAG-AFTRA, at the time that I am recording this notice, has yet to confirm a date and time to go back to the negotiating tables with the AMPTP in the hopes of getting their deal done as well. So still standing in solidarity with SAG-AFTRA, but celebrating the monumental wins that the WGA has been able to accomplish for their membership and for our entertainment creative community. I wanted to update my strike notice and let you guys know that this video was made during the current SAG-AFTRA strikes after the winning of the monumental deal with the WGA. We still stand in solidarity and in support, and we are praying that SAG-AFTRA and the AMPTP can come to a monumental deal for SAG side as well shortly. More strike news will be linked in the description box down below, as well as links for you to be able to support if you so choose to do so. And without further ado, let's get back to the video. And don't get me wrong, while I'm on Zachary's head holding him accountable, it is definitely done so with love. So with everyone who feel like I'm being a little bit too harsh on him in my videos, or feel like I need to give him a break, he need to give his damn self a break, okay? Because he understands his circumstances, he knows the situation, and while I am not wishing jail on any black man, I could understand how it could happen, because guess what, y'all? Zachary is still on parole. Have we forgotten that? I had to go back to season 1 of Fatima and remember the conversation that they were having in the kitchen when Fatima was talking about how she wanted to be flued out and taken on trips. But Zach can't leave the country because he is still on parole. He can't leave the country. You know what you also can't do while you're still under stipulations of the state? Beat people's asses. That's what you can't do. You can't kidnap children. That's what you can't do. And that is what we're seeing him do in the second half of season 6 of Tyler Perry's Sistas. Now, don't get me wrong. We have actually seen Zach fight and not really suffer too many consequences already. However, that's not something that a trend that he should keep going, that he's completely always going to get out of jail free pass based on. Now, the fight that I'm speaking about is when he goes into Heather's home and decides to whoop Heather's boyfriend's ass all up and through the damn apartment, y'all. It is coming. It is low-key warranted, high-key warranted, because apparently Heather's boyfriend is abusing baby Michael, and we don't play that. We ain't having that. So while there's a very real reason for it to happen, and maybe we can go ahead and get the charges dismissed if Zach does wind up going to jail behind this or violating parole behind this, maybe they can go ahead and reverse it because my son's ass was being whooped and I decided to go ahead and reciprocate because that's a damn adult and this is a 3-year-old. Zach also got to move a little bit smarter. And personally, yes, the fighting could be excused, but it's the kidnapping for me. You know where Heather works. You know what Heather does. You know her schedule. So while I understand that you went into her house, beat up her boyfriend, and removed your son from this volatile situation, not communicating with Heather so much so that you take Michael to your house and Heather gotta come find him. That's the part where you know you just slipped and bumped your damn head, especially because you're on parole. Did we not make a call to Heather to say, you know what, I did this, that, and the third because my son wasn't safe? And then that way you could actually prove like it's not actually kidnapping, even though I don't believe that Zach did that. Yeah, y'all. So it's given either the fighting or the kidnapping is going to be one of the things that have him violate parole and send his ass back. And I'm going to need Tyler Perry to give us better context of how long Zach is going to be on parole. When will he get his full rights back? When will he be able to act the monkey fool without any kind of consequences? Because we are still very much so in the space of him being on parole. Now, those are just the two things that I wanted to bring up in noting the potential of Zach going to prison or going back to jail. Now, we know that Fatima is in his corner. She has gone and fought for him numerous times of us seeing him go back to jail in the series. So this is not going to be any different. She's not going to lay down and just let this happen and let Zach stay there. However, I do feel like this is something that Tyler Perry or even the writers in season 7 could actually explore as they go throughout this custody battle. Zach don't even realize, and this is why he has to, one, stay in therapy, but then two, actually grow and learn from what he is getting in therapy, because he has to move smarter. So many of his dramatic situations or traumatic moments are enhanced by how emotional, how aggressive, and how volatile he becomes so quickly. When you are going for custody of a child like he is now, you do not know Michael. You have never met him aside from this meeting that you have just had most recently, where you learn of Heather's living circumstances and all of that. Yes, it is unfortunate. He should not be left alone. He should not be neglected. Michael don't deserve any of the things that are happening to him on Heather's side. However, you are a new person that this child does not know. You just found out that you are actually this child's father. Just because your DNA is in this child does not mean that the judge is just going to grant you custody without a second thought. And it's systematically harder for fathers to gain custody of children over mothers, period, in this country. When you add on assault charges and kidnapping, it makes it damn near impossible. So if you actually are trying to go for full custody of this child, the first thing that you need not do is kidnap the child. The second thing that you need not do is have a physical altercation with an adult in the damn child's presence or primary home. How are you 2 for 2 of the things that your ass should not be doing? You got to be able to do better. And again, I understand it, especially if Heather's boyfriend is really abusing Michael, as Tyler has alluded to in reference to the synopsis and what we're getting coming down the line, right? I get the anger in that. But Zach, you are a former felon. You are being investigated by the SEC. Like, you have all of these strikes against you, and you just consistently create additional ones to make your situation, your circumstances harder. Because you have these strikes against you, you have to move smarter. You have to move calmer. And I do believe that this fight with Heather's boyfriend is going to come back to bite Zach in the ass in numerous ways. And it didn't even have to. Yes, you don't appreciate how Heather is parenting your child. You don't appreciate that Heather kept your child from you for 3 years. Okay, cool, but we're here now. What are you going to do? What steps are you going to make? What mindset are you going to allow yourself to either flourish or flounder in? That's actually going to move y'all forward. As the potential husband of Fatima, the father to Karen's child, the father to Michael, the supposed leader and stand-up guy, the alpha male that you want to present yourself to be, it means that sometimes you have to make the hard choices. It means that sometimes you have to remain in control when you want to be out of control. It means that more often than not, you have to be the bigger person. And things like this can not happen. They need to stop happening. That's one of my biggest criticisms for the Zachary character, is that he is constantly barreling through life, expecting different results from doing the same bullshit. And every so often, Tyler Perry rewards him for doing absolutely nothing different, absolutely nothing new. And maybe at this point, we're finally going to arrive at a place where he does be held accountable and responsible, and things play out how they should. Now, this circumstance, again, Fatima's by his side. She's going to rally for him. She's not going to let him be down bad in any way, shape, or form. So he's definitely going to come out of it. Hopefully that he learns from it. But I really wanted to explore this, and I definitely wanted to do this video because I started to think of like, okay, Zach has been a lot of the drama in the Sistas universe, or specifically drama as it pertains to his life has been some of the biggest plot points throughout seasons within this universe. And now that we've come to a place of Fatima is definitely not leaving, not threatening to leave anymore. He has made peace with Karen and like figured out how to navigate that a little bit better. What is going to be his drama? And I think that this might be it. But I would love for you to let me know in the comment section down below if you think that Zach is going back to jail or could possibly go back to jail because of some rash decisions. Tell me all of that and why in the comment section down below. And if you want to talk about if Fatima's actually pregnant, I got a video for that too. So go ahead and click right here and let's go ahead and have that conversation.